Go on, you can carry on now, it's on.
Well, for me, it was about the history of Moss Side, you know, because you got new people coming into Moss Side, right? Different cultures, different ethnicities coming in, right? Who don't know, right, what Moss Side was like in the 60s, 70s and 80s. So being part of that dig was unearthing that history, right? And then putting out there too, the people who moved in and say, look, yeah, hey, this is what it was like. You know, we can compare it to what it was, to what it is now.
Yeah.
Right? And people would think, well, you know, we're actually in a decent area here. You know, because it's moved from that image, you know, that was given to Moss Side in the 60s and 70s. Right, don't go down Moss Side, don't do this, don't go there. Right. People now move in and think, oh, it's not a bad area now. And you see it all the time, don't you? You've got, you know, business people moving in.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So for me, it was just about unearthing the history of it, right, and putting the history out there. Right. And another thing was, for me, there was 3 clubs in Manchester that stood out. That was the Wheel, the Reno, and the one on the Hacienda.
Oh yeah.
Right. They were the 3 clubs that really stood out for me in that time.
Yeah.
Right. And they were all unique.
Yeah, they were.
Right. You know, they were sort of trendsetters, weren't they? Of their day. You had the Soul in the Wheel. You had the Manchester thing going on at the Hacienda. Right. Then you had the Reno, which was soul, R&B, funk, not aimed, right, but mixed race people and white people migrated to that because of the music and the vibe that was going on at that time, which couldn't be recreated anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right. And plus the fact we weren't allowed to go in any other clubs. Really.
It's different for me as a girl.
Right.
I didn't really experience that we couldn't go into other clubs.
Oh,
yeah.
There's loads of clubs we couldn't go
yeah.
into. And we sort of found our own niche. You know, the Avenida was another club where we all sort of went to.
So this is an evaluation, right? Go on then. So tell us what you did.
I've got my hands and knees most of the time.
Go on, Barrie.
Digging through the mud.
Yeah.
If I saw a hole, I wanted to get right to the bottom. Right. And it was exciting when you see a hole.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what's in there.
Yeah.
I want to get right down that hole. Right. But the fun part of it was, you know, discovering things.
Yeah.
But also working with Brian Thorne, Billy Marble, Les Williams, Massey, you know, and we just get this vibe where we'd be working day trip, working, talking, laughing.
Sobers.
Yeah, so look what we found here. What's that? Right, what have you got? And when I found that weed,
man,
that was a buzz. Because I knew as soon as I got to the plastic bag, and I thought, it's a plastic bag and it's knotted. What did you have in a knotted plastic bag? So I undid it and I sniffed it. I thought, yeah. So I said to Tree, said, have a look at that. Right. He went, yeah. Right. And it sort of went round. Right. So it was all buzzing that because that's so you would expect to find.
Quintessential. Yeah. No, but definitely that's
what
the
you would
word.
Expect to find. Yeah. And we found it.
Yeah.
Right, amongst all the bottles and you know, the other bits and bats that we found. So, right, and then, you know, we'd watch Billy and Les create that sign.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it took out the time we hadn't been talking. We just chatting all the time. Right. But it was just a good vibe.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Honestly, the people were amazing. Right, no matter who you're working next to, right, there was ladies there I don't know, I can't remember the names, but you know, I think one came from Longside, and she was like an amateur archaeologist.
Yeah.
But she loved it. She loved it. All the fact she was digging the Reno up, she actually buzzed off it.
Yeah.
She was there on the Reno night, you know, buzzing off it, and it just opened up so many things. Like I couldn't wait to get to another dig.
Right.
Because you know,
Sarah. Yeah.
Like, took my email address. I said, yeah, you know, the next day you email me, I'll come.
Has she been in touch?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
But it was such good fun, and I couldn't wait. I used to get home full of mud, right, get all my things off, right, and I couldn't wait to get back the next day. Right? And I'd go and do my walking football.
Yeah.
Jump in the car, switch into me overall thing.
Your
right?
Superman outfit. Yeah.
And jump down there. Right?
I know, but Barrie, I loved you, man. I could absolutely rely on everyone you just mentioned. I loved them all, and a few of the ladies, because I could guarantee we're coming back. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And just It was something not to be missed. Yeah. It really was. You know, it didn't matter that you were getting wet and full of mud. Right. What mattered was what's at the bottom of that hole. Let's get down there. Let's see what's there. I know there was one particular hole behind the gambling room that you completely attacked, didn't you? Yeah. But that was a proper finds area, wasn't it? Yeah. Do you know where I mean? Where the big slab is, the big slab was. Yeah. That was the best finds area, wasn't it? Well, me and Brian and Dave was like moles. I've got an hole here, let's get down that hole, let's see what's there. And it'll only be a little hole, about 8 inches, 10 inches wide. But by the time he'd finished, right, he was down, it was like a couple of feet, then there's a couple more feet. Right. Oh no, but I remember another day as well where it was just a hole, like you're saying, and when I come back, or I don't know where I'd been, when I come back there was an entire set of stairs. Yeah, that's the same, that finds area. Yeah. That was that finds area, yeah. It was buzzing. Yeah. Right, it really was. So I got a lot out of it, personally I got a lot out of it. Oh, I know you did. A lot of satisfaction, right, you know. What did you learn? I learned that archaeology isn't about just rushing in and digging. Oh, okay. Right? Yeah. Because a lot of it was slow scraping. Yeah. You know, so you didn't miss anything. Yeah. Right. You know, and I prefer to use that little hand trowel. Yeah, I did actually. And scrape it away to see what would show up. Right. And then you think, bit of a wall here, let's get down there. I found a step. Where does the step go? I remember me and you doing a bit like that. Yeah, together. Yeah, you know, like what? Oh, and you got that roundy bit of wall. Do you remember? Yeah. And that was just by scraping. Now I reckon if I'd used a spade, I'd probably damaged the wall. Yeah, so pulled it down. Yeah. So I learned to be patient. Which I wasn't. I'm not really that patient a person, but I learned to be patient on that. Right. Teamwork again. Yeah. You know, me, Brian and Ivan doing that road, you know, for the wheelchairs. Yeah. Right. Throwing bricks down and sorting the bricks out, you know, and then building the roadway. Right. That was proper teamwork. Yeah. Right. You know, me and Brian would be at the top. Right. Ivan would be laying the bricks in the road. And me and Musa, Susie's granddaughter, Carmen. Yeah. We're laying it in. Yeah. We're just passing to you. Yeah. Right. So it was teamwork again, but nobody sort of was, I'm the big I am. No, you had your place. Yeah. Do you know what else we did that was lovely? Because it was the end of the entire dig. It was the last day, the last couple of hours, and there was no provisions left. There was 1 bottle of water and 6 cups. Do you remember that? Yeah. And it was boiling, and we had to share the 1 bottle of water and a little bottle of water between the 6 of us. Yeah, but we did it. Yeah, but we did it, didn't we? It was like the Great Escape. But it was teamwork again. Yeah. We were all together. Yeah. Right. And I think that's how we were back then. We were a unit. Yes. Even back in the 60s, 70s, we became a unit, you know, of people from
Trinidadian mixed race people, I say half-caste people, African half-caste, right? But we all sort of came together at that time, right, and had this bond. I can't explain what it was. It just became a bond, whereby he was your brother, he's your, he's your sister, she's your sister, whatever, right? And if you didn't know him, you walked down the street and you'd raise your eyebrow.
Yeah.
All right.
I still do that.
Yeah, and that's how I felt on the dig. Right, because there was guys coming down that I didn't know, all Jamaican guys that I didn't know, really hung around with, right? But the bond was there because we were all achieving the same goal, all going for the same goal.
I do know what you mean. And also that dance of you kind of leave each other alone. Like yous was killing yourselves down the hole and having a fabulous time, but then there was other guys who just came and smoked weed near the cabin and chatted, but nobody thought, well, I don't know whether you did or not. Yeah. Why aren't you digging? And they didn't think why you. Everyone just had their place.
Yeah.
And did their thing.
Yeah. It didn't matter that they weren't digging.
Yeah.
It wasn't their thing. It was our thing.
Yeah.
Right. But we'd get out the hole and we'd go and have something. We would all sit and chat.
Yeah.
Right. And,
that's my favourite bit.
Sit and chat.
Yeah, it was. Honest to God.
And then we'd all dive back in the hole and. They'd do whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
Right? But they were all still part of it.
No,
they'd come to see what we were unearthing.
Yeah.
Right. And they were buzzing just as much as we were.
Absolutely.
Just at the sight of it. Right. And in their way, being a part of it. Because they had stories to tell. Like everybody else did.
Yeah. And just the scene of them. Go on, Barrie.
Steve Cottier,
Yeah.
It was great. He was telling stories all over the show. Right?
Yeah.
Les was just being this comedian.
Yeah.
And he did his dig. And, right? But then his forte was doing that side, and so was Billy's. Leaving to it, they know what they're doing. Right? We had to get involved a little bit. I'll stick this down there.
Cottier went and decided he was directing him. He's going, you can't put that, couldn't mind his own. Yeah. Yeah, there's some footage from loads of people. There's nobody on the dig. Everyone's in the cabin we've gone to, telling them what to do.
Because it was funny.
Yeah.
Like I said, Les and Billy were funny together. They were like a comedy duo.
Yeah.
So it was a nice vibe being around them.
Yeah.
You just laughed.
Yeah.
And then, you get the old day 3, right? And he was like, going mad. I'd be going mad and we'd just be laughing.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, honestly, me and Dave Trigg have bonded really well since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really have. Every time I see him, it's just a laugh. Right.
And just definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's me and Carmen. Yeah. There's loads of people, but where you just think, yeah.
Yeah, you just got that something, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what
chemistry came out. And Brian is another one. I think it's because we work so closely together. Right. That we formed this unspoken relationship.
Yeah. I don't know, you touch each other's heart. I know that's a bit wishy-washy and all that, but you do somehow, you do.
Yeah, as soon as you get there, you look, don't you, and think, oh, there's Dave.
Yeah, mates are here.
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian, you get over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, and for me, it was just an amazing time. It really was. I was gutted when it ended.
I was just going to ask you about that.
I was gutted.
Oh, Barrie, when they started pushing the soil back in, I thought my heart was breaking.
Right, because it's your baby.
Yeah, no, but with the first moments when the soil, it's like, oh no, don't.
It's over.
Don't. The worst feeling was when the fence come down. Because
Right.
it's completely over then. Yeah.
Can't we dig it up again?
Yeah, let's have another go.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, on the plus side, right, before they filled it all in, we had the marquee.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Which for me, again, was, what's going on? Everyone's having a good time. Nobody's arguing. No bad vibes.
No.
Right. I was talking to some young students, right, and I said, oh, you won't remember this. You're too young to recall this. I know, but it's great. I wish we'd been born back then.
right? And the number of young ones who said that to me was amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's this you talking about in the marquee?
In the marquee,
yeah.
The young students who come down just to experience that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it was a good one. You know, there was, I didn't experience any bad vibes. I just.
What do you think created the good vibe?
I think we did. I think because we've been part of it.
Yeah.
We wanted people to enjoy the dance.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And people had heard about it, read about it, had come down, and also wanted to experience that movement. Right. You know, I don't think anything particularly created. I think it just happened that way.
It just happened, didn't it?
There was no, like, you must behave. Or,
there was nothing nobody gave a shit about, nothing, did they?
No, you just...
After a bit, I didn't give a fuck who'd paid. Do you know what I mean? Like, after a bit, it's like, oh, it's too much trouble, you know, like, to be bothered.
Well, it didn't matter in the end, did it? Because, like I said, everyone enjoyed it. It was once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't think you'd ever recreate that again.
No.
Right. And the different generations.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
You know, because I'm a different generation to you.
Yeah, you
right?
are.
And there was, like I said, youngsters 18, 19, 20 who'd never even experienced anything like the Reno.
In their life. Also, Barry, there was like 4 generations of some families.
Yeah, there was a Pereiras.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. But for me, those kids who came down and who were in the teens and early 20s had never experienced anything like it, right? And the buzz they were getting, right, spoke volumes to me.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, this is what it's about. This is part of why we've done it, so that you can experience what we had for real.
Yeah.
Right, because they only had to taste it, didn't they, really?
Yeah, that night.
Yeah.
I was just in the cafe, right, in the park, and I was touting for votes, you know, for the National Lottery thing. So just as 2 southern accents walked past me and went, hiya, we was there on that night in the market, and they were from Devon. They were aged about 40, so they're not even students. Posh white people said, we just heard about it, so we said, oh, let's go.
And I bet they had a good night.
They had a great night. They were saying it's one of the best nights I've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, and so...
Do you know what I think it was as well, Barry? I think we were smoking in the tent, right? Smoking weed in the tent, drinking our own drinks, but it's not costing a fortune, do you know, as well. Besides just the vibe, it was kind of more like a nighttime buffy party. Do you know what I mean? Like a wedding. That's what the guy said. He said it felt like a wedding.
Probably did.
Yeah.
Probably did.
Yeah.
But then you're walking around and bumping into people you haven't
seen
for years.
Absolutely. Which is like a wedding, isn't it?
What have you been? What have you been doing? What are you doing now? You know.
Yeah.
These people I haven't seen for 30 years or like, whoa.
As I was walking around, that's all I was hearing is, fucking hell, I haven't seen you for...
yeah. But that's how it was.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, good vibe. Right. And the dig sparked it all off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really
we had the total... You've had the total experience. You've done a memoir.
Yeah.
Extended, let me get in the holding. The marquee.
Yeah, the Whitworth Art Gallery.
Yeah, you've done the whole... And you've really you've put your whole heart in there.
Yeah, because I just loved it that much.
Yeah.
I can't explain why I loved it. It was like, you're doing this, and just be part of it. Just go with it. Like, enjoy the moment. Because, you know, it was a moment to enjoy.
Absolutely.
I might never ever do that again.
Do you know what else, though, Barry? Even the cabins had their own vibe, didn't they?
Yeah.
Do you remember when in our cabin at lunchtime when Susie, our site mum, would come with the sandwiches and shout at us for 5 minutes about you want clean and things, right? And cook the crust off our bread, right? But then we'd all kind of jump on there, and then we'd all be chatting and laughing and eating, and that had its own vibe going on, didn't it, as well?
There was different conversations going on all the time, you know. You'd have a group here talking about what they did, you know. There was another group here, right, and then there was me and Ivan, who's a lot younger than me, but remembers me from growing up, sort of thing. And we'd have our thing going on, right, and me and Billy, and it was just loads of conversations going on, and I remember that.
Yeah.
You did that? Was it you? Like, you know, I was talking about Steve Cotty when he come up with his thing, right, and I went, right, was that you? Right.
And the arguments about where different things was in the Reno, not the arguments, the discussions. Yeah, you know, so everyone would stand along the wall as it was getting, you know, like closest to the pavement, and go, no, it was there, the dance floor was there, the thing was there, in a line. Every day, a line of people would do that. You know, until it gradually got more and more unearthed, and you could really see where it was. Yeah. Because
we couldn't go to the front because of the road.
Yeah.
The road's been widened.
Yeah, and the pavement. So it was lost, the stairs was lost under that. Go on.
So we knew whereabouts it was.
Yeah.
Right, and from that we gathered where the gambling room was and where the toilets were. I'd love to unearth all the bars up.
The what?
The bar.
That would have been in there, you know, but that was under the pavement. If the stairs is under there, and you think about how it looks, the bar's under there as well. I know.
That'd have been good.
And that probably was in one piece, because it was a little built thing on it.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Right. And just the whole thing, like the memories have come back, just unbelievable.
You've revved my memory, you know, of like the moments on the site.
Yeah.
The actual moments on the site. They were great, man. Oh, one of my favourite moments is when the celebration was going on, right? Me and Susie Mooser and Susie Prowse, we was in the ruins. So everybody's in the tent, you know, like we can see and hear everybody. And we've got a bottle of champagne, you know, in the ruins. You know, like it's in a castle. You know, like, and it's all lit, all fancy. Yeah, that's a good moment. It was lovely, wasn't it? Yeah, it was like a little mini festival, wasn't it? You know, with fun when it's fire. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good crack.
Yeah. What do you think worked?
What worked?
Mm-hmm.
I think the mix of people worked. Like we said before, we had the diggers, we had the washers, we had the sign writers. So as a team, we came together and that worked well. The two archaeologists that we had, Sarah and Andy, they were brilliant.
Weren't they?
Honestly. Directing us, showing us, right, explaining, because you unearth something and you say, that step's going down to the backyard.
Yeah.
How do you know that? Experience tells it.
Yeah.
Right. So his experience and his knowledge was invaluable to us.
Oh, lovely, Barrie.
It really was. Right. Health and safety.
Yeah.
He was keen on that, you know.
But they weren't overly keen though. They didn't carry on with themselves.
About your safety.
Yeah.
You know, right, don't dig any more there because it might collapse.
Yeah.
You might have an accident.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll backfill that.
Yeah.
Right, because we've got this part of the wall showing.
Yeah.
That's
I forgot about all that.
Right. You know, so he was concerned about our safety.
Yeah.
Right. And he'd muck in. You know,
he was great at that.
Yeah, you'd be like, where's my banner gone? And he's got it, he's took it.
He was great at that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about Andy as well, right at the beginning. Because they were a bit health and safety at the beginning, you know, like because really we weren't supposed to go 10 feet down and reach the floor.
Right.
Because the walls become unsafe.
Yeah, well, that's what he said.
Yeah. But it was Andy who forced that by going and not exposing the first bit of floor in the first couple of days. And once we'd already hit it, it was like, fuck it, we're going there. Do you know what I mean? But no, if they'd have held out for we're not going there, it'd have been a proper argument. So big up to Andy.
Yeah.
Go on, what else was you saying? Sorry for interrupting.
No, he was just good. Sarah, again.
Yeah.
Kept us all motivated.
Yeah.
And she come up like, how you doing? Loving it. When's the next one?
Yeah.
And I was, every time I see him, when's the next stick, Barry? Got a message.
You did it?
Yeah. And Dave Triggs the same.
To do something else. We're going to do our Whitworth thing. What about, I like the cameraman as well, I love John.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they weren't in your face.
No, exactly.
They really weren't in your face.
But because we all became mates as well, it wasn't like them and us, was it? Yeah.
I remember being on that big hill when we were doing the path.
Yeah.
With the wheelchairs. Right. And I looked up and John was on the top with me, throwing bicks down.
Yeah.
And I thought, you're the cameraman.
Yeah.
He got stuck in. Him and
Harry, Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The three of them were there, and they were throwing bricks to each other and throwing them down. One of the funny moments was I was up the hill, right, and I'd gone backwards and I started to fall. Right, and I'm thinking, right,
oh God.
Right, I'm not going to stop.
I'm going, yeah.
So you just go, don't you?
Yeah.
But I did a somersault.
I didn't
stood
see
up.
that.
And John was there anyway.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was down the goalkeeper.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that was funny. So there was funny moments. And I don't think there was any serious moments. It was just, when I say serious, where it's like, it was just enjoyable. The whole thing was enjoyable. Right? Our Anne came down.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Working with her. Right? Lisa came down.
Yeah.
Right? Working with them. Right? So it really was enjoyable. Right, to work with friends, family, and that, just a buzz. I keep saying it, but it was a buzz.
No, but it was, but you're reminding me of how much of a buzz it was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you really, as you're talking, I'm getting like really sent back there, like, oh, I love going, and I'd be knackered. Because when I'd come home, I'd have other things to do, you know, like emails and shit. And I'd be fucking knackered, Barry. You know, and I can't sleep when I get like that. So I'd also be doing emails in the middle of the night, you know, on Facebook and all that. But I'd be dead excited the next morning to go back and see who was there and what we was going to do and what my sandwiches were, you know, who's bringing what food. Because that was another one, people would bring. There was some gorgeous food arrived that women had come with them. Natalie brought the most.
She brought the
fish.
The fish.
Veggie
things.
Yeah.
Sweet potato.
Fritters, yeah.
Brilliant, come out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, on a silver platter with sour cream. No, yeah. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I got to walk in football on my Tuesday and my Friday. Right.
Addicted.
Right. How are you putting that on for? Because I'm going to the dig.
But that's the Reno vibe though, wasn't it? That same thing of I want to get back to me mate, see what's happening. Anything could have happened while I'm not there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
You're exactly right, because you'd be out doing your thing.
Mm.
Right? And sometimes in a day, usually a weekend day, you think I've got the Reno. Sunday afternoon. Right? See who's down there. Right? But at the night time, it's like, I'm going to go to the Reno.
Yeah.
So-and-so's going to be there.
Yeah.
That might happen.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So yeah, it was that same sort of feeling, you're right.
It was.
Just
it absolutely
and see
was.
what was going on and being part of that scene. That vibe.
And different people come with different things, don't they? Like Susie'd come with her badness, you know, saying bad things about people, you know, make me really laugh in people's faces. You know, like, no, I've just been dead good and nice to them and now I'm laughing in the face because that was truly the Reno. Right. Yeah.
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 Right. The only thing that I felt was,
go on.
Right, and you know my feelings on this, Roland West didn't get a big enough mention.
Oh, okay. Go on, mention him now.
Well, because he started it, didn't he? he founded the club, the original club. Right. And then it went from Roland West to Phil. Right. So for my feeling, without Roland West, there would have been no Reno. So I think we're all in a great day.
Well, tell the story proper then. Now, while you've got the opportunity of how he got his hands on it, what you want.
I don't know how he got his hands on it because that's Bubbles, his dad. I just know that he opened it as a nightclub. Right, it was dancing really, you know, it was like ballroom dancing, that sort of thing.
Right. You meant a proper, like to be a proper, like a supper club, like a supper club, yeah. In the 60s is this, right?
Yeah, or the 50s, early 60s, late 50s, early 60s. And it wasn't like, because my mum and dad would go down and you know, other guys' parents would go down and have the dancing.
I know the Willis's parents did and the Bullers.
Yeah, it'd be like a nice sort of social club. But again, they felt comfortable because it was all like-minded people.
Yeah.
Right. Who had suffered prejudice.
Yeah.
Right, in other places. But
just for being together, definitely would have.
Right. And then Phil got it and then the vibe continued. Right, well, we felt comfortable going in there because we suffered racism and prejudice, and so that vibe continued. Right, we didn't go down to sort of dance cheek to cheek, right? But we went down. We had a dance.
Well, times have just changed. That's all.
Yeah, they had, and we become this 60s, 70s generation whereby we were finding our own mark. As teenagers.
But like the rest of the world was, Barrie, at that time.
Everything's changing at that time.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I just think without Roland West, there wouldn't have been no Reno, and we wouldn't be here today.
You're right, you know, mate. You're absolutely right, because he had a vision, didn't he?
Yeah.
To have a different place and a different situation. Because what you're talking about, what he wanted, a supper club, is not a shebeen.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got a different, and it's legal, it's got a licence and everything.
Yeah.
So it's, so it's a different... Oh, I'd love to have seen the Reno then now when I think about it. And it was called the Palm Beach, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think we found part of the palm decorations, didn't we?
Did we?
You know, the tiles. Right. We found blocks like that with part of the palm trees on it, which we decorated up at the wall.
Shit.
Right, yeah.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, there was a big block like that. It was stood outside where the signpost is.
Yeah.
Right. It was there. No, it wasn't. It was where the wash cabin was.
Yeah.
It was there. And I said, is that going to the art gallery? But it's too big and cumbersome.
I think it's gone back in the ground,
yeah,
you know.
It probably has. But that, you know, there's loads of little bits like that with parts of the palm tree on it.
Oh wow! I hope the sun, because the things are in my bedroom, in my spare bedroom, and sun's still at Salford University. It's coming on Thursday. I'll have to look out for it.
Yeah, you might just see a palm leaf or a piece of bamboo.
God, nobody said jack shit to me.
Yeah.
So I've just seen a tile probably.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, there'll be a photograph of it.
Yeah.
If it's gone back in the ground, someone will have photographed it. Yeah.
But it's all like plaster, you know, thin plaster.
Yeah. Oh, so he really had a vision, and he really painted his vision, you're saying?
Yeah, because it was a Caribbean club.
Yeah.
Right. His vision of a Caribbean club, because he's Trinidadian.
Yeah.
Right. But he, you know, he
but he had
top people. Yeah. Loves and respect from people. You know, because the first black professional golfer.
Exactly, you just took the words out of my mouth. So he's got big visions.
Dennis Law, Bobby Charlton, you know, Mike Somerby, you know, people of that era who were big names then.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
You know,
so what's in them, Barrie, that he thinks he can do this? That's amazing. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think part of it was, you know, he suffers racism.
No doubt.
Quite badly. Right. So I think for him, this is home. I don't know, Bubbles will probably tell you better. But for him, he was building something from home. That's how I see it anyway, right? And at that time, 50s, 60s, early 60s, our parents, older generation, would dance to that type of music, would have that sort of lifestyle, you know what I mean? They wouldn't go for the loud rock and roll music.
Yeah, true.
Right, so they're quite happy to have the pint of Guinness and sit and talk and have...
Like Blue Beat, I bet it was, and things like that.
Yeah, because I had a lot of Blue Beat and ska
yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
I think I told you. And then it changed again to soul, then it changed to funk, right? So, but I can remember Blue Beat and ska being played down there.
Yeah. I'm too young, I don't remember that, but I remember that my mum and dad liked Blue Beat, in the 50s. Yeah. So, like you say, not rock and roll and stuff.
No.
So, do you know what I've just thought, actually? So, he was ambitious then, wasn't he? He's ambitious. He's ambitious if he dares to think I'm going to be a professional golfer.
Mm-hmm.
That's ambition. I'm going to have a proper club in my side. That's ambition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go round and hang about with footballers and, not fucking second-rate ones, but ones of the day and get a great name. That's ambition, right? So then I've come along so many generations later and go, do you know what? I want to be recognised in the arts and I want our culture to be recognised. So I've built my ambition actually on his ambition. Yeah. Does that make sense, Barry?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, or not just my ambition, but, for the whole community.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it was for the community.
Yeah.
When you built that club.
So you're right to recognise him, really, because if he hadn't had that vision, if there was only a shebeen or something, it wouldn't be the same.
There wouldn't have been a shebeen there, would there?
No.
There wouldn't have been nothing there.
Yeah.
Right, so, like I said, without his vision and him opening that club, we wouldn't be sat here today.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have done the dig, we wouldn't have had the memories we've got.
Yeah, true.
Right, so, big up to him.
Go on, lad. No, you're right. I'd not thought about it properly, in like bringing it to my attention to kind of really... Because it all works like that, doesn't it? Do you know, like all art or all ambition or all kind of pushing forward comes out, like the civil rights movement that's now, there won't be Barack Obama without crossing Selma Bridge.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Somebody had to have that initial...
Yeah, to think I could do this.
Yeah, and do it.
No, think about what he's done now. I keep talking over you, I'm sorry, I'm just excited. He's had to go and get a bank loan more than likely. That would have been hard in his day for his colour. He's had to go and get a licence for the drinks.
Yeah,
all these like practical things that he's done. It's not just sat there and I thought of a club. It would have took a lot of things to make that happen.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right. The police would have maybe objected to it initially, but I don't think... Bubbles never said they had a problem with the police then. But then, again, our parents were more genteel than we were.
Yeah, true.
Because they kept their head down. And,
exactly.
And just got on with their life, regardless of what people were throwing at them. Right? I think they were head and shoulders above that and just said, right, this is our life, this is how we're going to live it. Right? And you can slag us, you can pull us down, you can, call us names.
Yeah.
Right? But we're standing strong and we're going to live our lives for our children, bring our children up with the inner strength that we have. And they had great inner strength.
Must have done. Yeah. It must have been horrendous at the time.
Yeah.
No, really. I'm not just saying it because it was open. It was like fucking.
Like that
absolutely.
Sign,
no blacks,
no Irish, no dogs.
No, can you imagine that, Barry? Imagine that coming out of our house now and it's got no half caste. Do you know what I mean? No, you can't. Without how much that must have made you feel, really and truthfully.
Of course.
Even if you fucking part of you go, do you know what? I'm not having that sign. By the time you left there and got to the shops, It's in you.
Yeah.
No fucker wants me.
But they were strong enough to overcome that. And,
Who knows what they lived with inside? In truth. Because they didn't really talk about things, did they?
No. But I can speak for my own father. He got respect from a lot of people. Not because he was shouting or he was loud.
Yeah.
Because he was just him.
Yeah.
Right. And he'd go down the street and he'd see people, he'd dock his hat to them, come on in.
Yeah.
Right. And people would respond then. Right. My mates all loved him. At his funeral, he was old, young.
Yeah.
At his funeral, like all, blacks, whites.
Yeah.
Right. All there. So, in his own way, right, he'd overcome their prejudices. Right. Just by being him.
Yeah.
Not by being loud or shouting or offering people out and all that.
Yeah.
Right. Just by being him and saying, look, you're not touching me.
Yeah.
Right. You can throw all the spears you want at me, you're not touching me, but I'll show you, right, that I have dignity, I have pride,
yeah,
right, and I have good manners. He did. He just did. Right.
I know what you're saying because my dad was like that.
Yeah, you'd have said that.
Yeah.
Right.
My dad was like that. My mum was outrageous, but my dad was like that. Yeah.
And that comes from an inner strength that they've had to build up over the years.
That makes me sad in itself though. That used to make me sad about my dad, that he did do that a lot, like be dignified.
Yeah.
Do you know, which is a mask in another way, isn't it? Being dignified.
Yeah, because there must have been times when he wanted to go,
yeah, you fucking whatever. Yeah.
But, to do that would only enforce their opinion of him.
Absolutely.
Right, so why not turn it around on them?
Absolutely. I do know what you're talking about, because I used to watch my dad do it too. Yeah,
and I think a lot of African fellas were like that, and Jamaican fellas at that time. Were like that, had this manner about it that wasn't aggressive but strong.
I had something else to say about Bubbles' dad. What's astounding about him though, if you take that a little bit further, so there's like my dad and your dad, you were being dignified, and then he's gone one step further in it and gone, I want things. I don't just want to be dignified, I want to be a professional golfer.
Yeah.
Imagine he's had to go on and practice. Imagine all that. Practicing on the field or whatever they call it, the golf course. That must have felt fucking odd. To be the only black, at the time.
Bubbles can tell you stories.
Yeah.
Right, I'm sure if you ask her, she'll tell you. Right. About some of the things that he had to overcome.
Exactly.
Right. To get where he got. Well, yeah, he had drive, he had ambition.
That's it, the word drive,
Yeah, he had all that. Right, and it saw him through.
Wow. How many years ago is that then? 50? It's about 50 years ago. So it's like a 50-year span, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Tell me what you think could have been done better.
I don't think there's anything that could have been done better. Maybe the response could have been better from the community.
Tell me what you mean.
Well, on the actual dig, right, there may have been 10, 12 of us, right? And I think from the community point of view, right, there could have been more people come down.
Yeah.
For the dig. Because people drove by and stopped and asked and looked, then went away.
Yeah.
Right. And they must have said to somebody, oh, there's a dig going on down there, whatever. Right. So maybe because they didn't feel part of the Reno, they didn't come down. But I just feel that the response could have been better. And from the people who used to go to the Reno.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was making me really anxious at one time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was thinking, oh, we're not going to get it done. You know, when before we got a certain amount down, I was thinking there's not enough of us. Do you know what I mean? I used to be really, really anxious, you know, but we did it.
Yeah.
And some days there was a lot of us there. Some days, only a few times, but there was about 40 of us there at some days. But mainly it was us.
Yeah.
us regular mad fools in rain and everything.
Yeah. It didn't matter the rain, did it?
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
It made you feel valiant. It's like Dave Trick was like sobbing at one point, you know, like a drowned rat. Yeah. Maybe it's just not their thing.
Possibly. Possibly. Whatever. It went well and we did okay.
No, I agree. Someone else said that yesterday. Because you'd think loads of people was talking about it and really watched the videos. Because John used to do little videos to put up every night, as you know. And they do, and I think, oh, well, why don't you just come
down
and do half an hour?
Yeah.
Do half a day.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably had other things to do, but...
Yeah. People don't like to get dirty and things like that as well. Yeah. I didn't look...
You know, when you go home and you're full of mud and...
Yeah.
And your nails are filthy and all that. I just felt valued. I thought, I've done a nice bit of craft there.
Yeah. I do know what you mean.
Ducking bricks was a skill.
Yeah. Oh, I do know what you mean. It was fabulous. And you know what, Barry, as well? If too many people would have come, maybe it wouldn't have had that vibe, because we became a true, proper family, didn't we, while we was there? Yeah.
Too many cooks while the broth.
Yeah.
Right, so we may not have got as much done, because walls would have collapsed in and all that because of so many people being there.
Yeah,
so
being governed,
Yeah. There was just enough, I think, to now you said that.
Yeah. And different people on different days turned up, didn't they? You know, it was different. Because I remember when your Anne was there was loads of women.
Yeah.
There was like another extra 10, 12 women. You know, all with different hair. There's some great photographs.
International Women's Day.
Yeah, it must have been International Reno Excavation Women's Day. Do you remember that? There was just like loads of women. Yeah. And then another time, loads of guys who were dressed like they were going in the Reno came, you know, with gold chains and beige shoes and stuff. You know, like, Mike Rowell and that. You know, like looking like they're looking to cop. Pity they didn't come on the day when there was loads of women. You know, the two crossed over. Yeah.
Good.
Have you got anything else to say before we cut off?
No, not really. All I can say is it was just great, loved every minute of it. Right. You get them votes in for that lottery.
I've just thought about it. Then you're looking forward to going to the Whitworth?
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. We'll have a whole different experience there. Be like, I loved painting that Picasso-esque, you know, thing. Thank you, Barry. And thank you for everything you did, sincerely. You was absolutely wonderful. And there was a handful of people that I knew I could count on. And you was one of them, mate.
Oh, thank you.
No, absolutely. And also that you was easy going on it. Because other people was absolutely frantic. You know? Like Fonzo could count on him, but the bastard was just frantic. Yeah. Thank you, darling.